everybody. So speaking of not having it together, I just spent the last 10 minutes looking for my tripod because my kid decided to take it and play with it. So that's why I'm running a little bit behind. So I'm gonna wait. You guys come on in, and we will get moving on this thing. Hopefully I have not kept you too terribly long waiting. A lot of you are probably putting your own children to bed. That's what I was doing. And also trying to grab the tripod back from the child. But I did get it. It is all good. So come on in. Am I in the right place? Someone tell me if I'm in the right place. I think I'm in the right place. Hey guys, come on in. Hey. All right, so I was just saying I spent the last 10 minutes looking for my tripod because Sammy hid it. Actually, no. Sammy was playing with it, and then when I found it, I grabbed it and hid it from him and forgot where I put it. Does anyone else do this? Has anyone else ever done this before? Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Let me know you're here. Hey, Ted. Let me know you're here, and we will get rocking and rolling here in a minute. I know I'm late. I'm so sorry I'm late. All the time, Bethany. Oh my goodness. So much. Hey, Deanne. How are you doing, girl? Yeah, so much hiding of things and then finding them again. And I'm like, oh, that's where I hid that thing. Yeah. And you cannot do a Facebook Live without a tripod. Because nobody needs that. Hey Pamela, hey Reddy, come on in. All right, I'm gonna get started, you guys. I want to make this rewatchable. I always upload my videos, my class videos to YouTube, to my YouTube channel. So if you miss it or have to skip out early, totally cool. You can check it out there. Hey guys, come on in. So I'm just gonna get going. All right, I am Tracy Moore, for those of you that don't know me, and I am a mom, like all of you, and I have been married for 6 years to my wonderful husband, Ethan. By trade, I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and by choice, I do Young Living as a business. It's what I do. I love it. I love helping people, and I believe I really found a need for people because the response to this class has been overwhelming. People that that I'm friends with have been like, yes, I need that. Like, I have so many emotions going through my head and my heart and my body, like, oh, right? And there's so many things that we deal with on a daily basis. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to dive into the emotion part of it. Hang with me. Pamela, I'll get you that information in a little bit, my YouTube channel. We have a lot of emotions, and I got into using oils for the physical part of it. Like, not nobody, but I didn't get into oils because I had an emotional problem. Although I have an emotional problem, I got into using oils for physical stuff. And then I realized, like, there's some super amazing things that can happen, and especially for moms. So let's dive in, okay? So these women who were like born to be a mom, like it was always their dream, and they were, I'm gonna be a mommy. Maybe that's you, okay? Because that was me when I was little. I was the little girl nursing her babies. Like, I would lift my shirt up and nurse my babies, okay? I would take care of all the dollies. I played waitress. My in-laws tease me about this because they're like, hey, Tracy, let's play waitress. And I'm like, arr. But I did. I played waitress with my older brother. 6 years older than me. I know, right? I didn't know any better, right? He loved it. But I just longed for this day when I would take care of someone and be a mom. And I just longed for that, right? So, but then I became one. I became a mom, a wife and a mom. And can I tell you, it was unlike any of my childhood dreams. Is that true for you? Okay? Like, it was not idyllic. Like, not at all, right? Motherhood was not this thing that I had pictured when I was young. Okay. See, For those of you that don't know my story, I was thrust into motherhood at a fairly rapid speed, okay? You know that show I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant? Change that to I didn't know I was adopting, and you've got the gist of our story, okay? We went from, wouldn't it be nice if we adopted one day, to let's go meet the birth mom and the baby in a matter of 4 days. We had zero clue. We had no clue what we were doing. You know, fast forward, some days I still don't know what I'm doing. There are peaks and valleys, and just when I think I've got this whole mom gig under control, wham, like the bottom drops out somewhere and I feel like I'm back at square one. Does this happen? Am I the only one this happens to? I know that I'm not. I know that you are there with me in this place, okay? And a quick look at the mommy bloggers, right, who there are so many of them, tells me that it's just this really common thing. A lot of women are struggling with this, a lot of moms. So nobody has it all together. Nobody, not even that mom, that perfect mom that popped into your mind. She doesn't have it all together either, okay? We're all just riding the struggle bus together, all right? And you know what? It makes me feel a sense of camaraderie with you guys, that we're not alone, you and I, not one bit. We're not alone. So I did this recent survey in my Facebook group. I have a Oils and Emotions Facebook group. It's called Oil That Emotion, because I'm cool like that, which you guys should totally be in. It's open to anybody. Anyway, it revealed some really interesting things. So I did a poll and I said, so what are the top 3 emotions that you deal with on a daily basis as a mom, like all the time, daily basis? And I gave them some options, but the ones that rose to the top of crazy negativity is overwhelmed, anxiousness, and fatigue were the top 3. So overwhelmed, being tense or frazzled, anxiousness, being really worried or fearful, and fatigue, just this weariness, exhaustion, right? So these are the top 3 negative emotions that the mamas that I surveyed. This is not an official poll at all. But anyway, these are the top 3 emotions that these mamas experience daily, every single day, okay? And the other ones, they were close runners up: guilt, anger, loneliness, confusion. They were up there, okay? Like, there wasn't like, oh no, I am never confused, I am totally fine. Like, people had selected all of them, but the ones that rose to the top were overwhelmed, anxious, and fatigue, tired, weariness, exhaustion. Yes, exactly, exhausting. So we are going to dive deep into those top 3 emotions. Plus, I am going to give you some specific tools and ideas about how you can start doing things differently. Okay, we ready? I'm ready. Yay! All right. So I'm going to be, you see me like looking at you, looking at my computer, looking at you, looking at my computer. You know why, because I'm looking at my computer. Okay, so overwhelmed, negative voices, okay? I'm not strong enough. I can't do this. I give up. It is too much, and there's no way out of this. Woe to me, I am undone. Like, I just can't do this anymore, right? So I went to dictionary.com because everybody uses, I don't even have a regular dictionary anymore. Do you? No one does. I'm sure someone does. So, dictionary.com. Early 14th century, overwhelmed is to turn upside down, to overthrow, to submerge completely. Mid-century, mid-15th century, perhaps the connecting notion is a boat, washed over, overset by a big wave. A figurative sense of to bring to ruin is attested from the 1520s. That about sums it up, right? Like, overthrown, turned upside down, submerged completely up to here, right? Yes, I have been there, and I know you guys have too, right? Can I tell you, overwhelmed is a scary, dangerous place to be. It is. You probably already know that because you have been there, I have been there. Okay, so how do you pull yourself up out of it? What are your coping tools? All right, and this is the therapist Tracy talking, okay? So some people, and I've done it too, you know, kind of beat myself up, you know, with guilt that, oh, I should have, could have, would have, whatever. Distract yourself with Facebook or Netflix or food, finding comfort in food or substances. Some people go to exercise, which is a fantastic coping skill. Some people build emotional distance or walls so that, like I'm overwhelmed, so I'm just going to shut everybody off and not. I'm just going to not today. Not adult today. Prayer, meditation, essential oils. Do you reach out? Do you phone a friend and ask for help? Okay, so some of these are very healthy coping mechanisms and others not so much. Okay, but anything that you rely on too heavily can be an unhealthy tool. So if you are exercising too much, that could, to the detriment of your family or your body or whatever. Or if you are reaching out too much, to the detriment of your friends and your relationships. People are like, it is her again. I'm not saying you're doing that, but you know what I mean? Like anything that's good can become bad. So balance is important, okay? But it's really hard to grasp. Balance is not it, okay? So I used to say balance is key. There's no balance to motherhood. I'm convinced more and more. And I tell people instead to strive for harmony, okay? Don't think of it as walking a tightrope, but rather playing a tune, all right? So there's a whole lot more flexibility and room for error when you're playing music, strumming the guitar, playing the piano, or whatever, than there is with acrobatics or tightrope walking. Or there is not a lot of room for error there. You gotta be right on, right? So we're not just tipping the scale, and we're not using these exacting measurements. I have to do just the right amount of this, and this, and then I'll be good, just the right amount of work and family and friends and activities and volunteering and being a fantastic human being in general, right? It's not this one-time trick or performance, okay? This mom thing is much more like a musical or something like that with the different scenes, okay? Because there's different seasons and phases to life, right? So it's much more like a musical where there's many acts and many players working together to achieve harmony, okay? And harmony can change because the notes change. That tightrope is not changing. It is the rope. It doesn't there's not a lot of zigzags in a tightrope. I've never seen a tightrope with zigzags. But music has a lot of different key changes and different things, but you can still achieve harmony, okay? And so that's what I like to, that's the main, if you turn me off after this, that's fine. But harmony, okay? Harmony is the thing, not balance. Stop trying to balance your life because you are not an acrobat. Probably not an acrobat. Okay, so let's chat about which oils can bring that emotional harmony, okay? First, let me pull up my thing because I was looking for my tripod and not pulling up my slides. All right, first we're gonna talk about bergamot. All right, this is I shouldn't have opened it. Oh well. I love this oil. It smells so good. I'll be posting all of these graphics and stuff in the event afterwards. But bergamot is this really bright citrus scent. So I didn't know what it was, but it's a fruit. It's a citrus fruit. Did you know that? And it encourages hope, optimism, and self-acceptance. All right, it's really helpful with quieting negative emotions about the self in particular. So feelings of despair or judging yourself or, poor self-esteem, low thoughts about yourself, negative thoughts about yourself. Bergamot is a really wonderful oil. They call it the oil of acceptance, or the oil of self-acceptance, okay? And bergamot is a key component in many of Young Living's emotionally uplifting blends like acceptance and clarity. I did not know it was in clarity until I started doing research. I'm like, it's in clarity. I love clarity. It's in humility and joy and white angelica. And it's used aromatically to transform emotions of despair or hopelessness or grief. I love bergamot. I don't have mine with me. It's out in the other room because I had it in my diffuser. Love bergamot. Okay. And it's a citrus fruit. It's what gives, so you'll recognize the flavor. There's the vitality version. You'll recognize the scent of bergamot as what gives Earl Grey tea its distinction. bergamot is fantastic for that. So frankincense. Let me read some of these comments. Yes, on your list. Get it, girl, because it's not that expensive either. I scan for bergamot almost every time. Yep, your son is very anxious and lacks confidence. Exactly. So it's this oil of self-acceptance. And you're like, why does he need a flowery fruit? Or some tea? I don't know, you know. But it is an oil of self-acceptance. So anything negative, judgmental related to the self, any of those critical, harsh stuff is going to be helped by bergamot, okay? Frankincense is another fantastic one that can bring emotional harmony for overwhelmed. So these are specifically for overwhelmed, okay? So I had done those little graphics where it's like, I don't know what to, yes. So bergamot, that self-acceptance, I forgot this part. The key with that is that you know where to turn for help. Like the self-affirmation is, I know where to turn for help. Frankincense, I am worthy. Okay. So frankincense is all wrapped up in worth. All right. Think about it. It makes total sense, right? You think about frankincense, baby Jesus' oil, right? Or resin or whatever they ended up giving to the baby Jesus. They used it. I think it was probably an oil. Because it'd be like, thank you for this rock. Anyway, frankincense is steam distilled from the resin of the tree, and how they get frankincense is fascinating. They have to like wound the tree, and then the tree heals itself and bleeds. It cries almost because it's like a white resin that comes out, and it cries and then hardens, and they get that, and it's super cool. Anyway, off topic. But the aroma of frankincense essential oil is really grounding. All right, so think of a tree. Rootedness, connection to self and others. It's this, like, any of the tree oils are going to be like roots. Trees, roots, grounded, connected, okay? That's that emotion that it's going to call out. They call frankincense the oil of truth, and it has this really beautiful aroma, really strong emotional benefits. We use the crap out of frank around here. Like, we use it a lot. Really high in sesquiterpenes. I'm not going to get into a lot of science, although I would so love to get into a lot of science. I'm not going to. This oil is unique. This is the only science part, okay? Not the only science. This minimal science part, okay? Sesquiterpenes, all right. This oil, frankincense, is uniquely able to target the limbic system in the brain and to facilitate powerful emotional transformation. All right, that's true of all of Young Living's oils because they can all cross that blood-brain barrier. They're all very, very tiny molecules, right? But frankincense is able to do this very specifically, right? It's a key component in many of the emotional blends as well, just like bergamot, and it provides a strong base for feelings of attachment, worth, and trust when used aromatically. So our son is adopted. We use a lot of frankincense, and we use a lot of blends with frankincense in them because we need that rooted, grounded, connected kind of thing. And then the worth and the attachment piece of it too. The next oil for total overwhelm is Valor. Valor, and all the oil people said yes please. I love Valor. So give me some hearts if you love you some Valor. Where did my Valor go? So, Valor provides emotional support for mood swings, stress, and nervous tension. It's an empowering blend that balances physical, mental, and emotional energy and instills a sense of courage and confidence. It's really helpful in helping the body correct itself, like alignment-wise and self-correction in general. Like, so it has physical benefits, but it has a ton of emotional benefits as well. It's very balancing, harmonizing for the body, mind, and spirit. And a lot of courage, confidence stuff is going to come up with Valor. So let's move to anxiousness, shall we? Yay! So what are the negative voices? What are the questions that what are those thoughts that the person that tends to be anxious would lean towards, right? So I'm so afraid. That is dangerous. I can't stop worrying. Everything is terrible. Everything is wrong. I can't trust anything, kind of thing. I have to have control. My way is the only right way. Anybody? So look that up too. It's just this, it's Latin, anxious, worried, distressed, derivative of, I don't know how you say it, but it looks like anger. It's anger with an E at the end. Angere, maybe. To strangle, pain, distress, right? Okay, you say. Fantastic. Motherhood is more of a tune than a tightrope. Great. Find harmony. Sure. But, Tracy, nobody else is harmonizing with me. I am singing the song, but they're all off key. They are making me off key. My kids are making me nuts. I am utterly distressed. Things are going terribly wrong, and I can't stop worrying about blah, 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 fill in the blank, right? So, slow down. Slow your roll. All right, wait. I am a reformed perfectionist, okay? So speak from experience here. Slow down. I have to tell you something. Are you ready? There are things that are worth doing that will not be perfect. I'll give you a second. Heck, they might not even be good. Like, you might not even do it good, let alone perfect. And that is okay. We'll say it again. There are things that are worth doing that will not be perfect. And that is okay. All right. So if you're a control freak and you know it, raise your hand. Hi. But I have some questions for you, okay? And you can take these with a whole shaker of salt if you want. I don't care how many grains you use, okay? These are questions that may or may not apply to you, but there's some good things to ask yourself, all right? This one hit me, right, Julie? Control freak. If you're a control freak and you know it, raise your hand. Okay. So here's the question. Are you seeking self-control as fervently as you are the control of others? Namely your kids, or your spouse, your work environment, whatever. Are you seeking self-control as fervently and deeply as you are the control of others? The Lord gave me that one because I'm like, okay, what questions, and then that came to my mind. I was like, no. That's my obvious answer. I'm not. I know I'm not, right? Okay, here's another one. Are you seeing the world through fear-colored glasses because of past traumatic experiences? Maybe. This one hurts too. Could that thing that you're worried about resolve itself without your action? And will that thing matter in 5 minutes, 5 years, whatever, 5 hours? There's just some things to think about. It may be not applicable to you at all, or it may be totally applicable to you. So, because not everybody has anxiety. Not everybody is like, oh yeah, that's my go-to. My go-to is anxiety, right? So giving up control is not easy. And the only reason, okay, hear me now, the only reason that I found freedom from anxiety was Jesus. End of story, point blank, done. That is the only reason that I found freedom from anxiety, okay? Do I cope is one of my coping skills the tool of essential oils? Yeah, you betcha, all right? But if I didn't have that mustard seed of faith, okay, there would be no oil in the world that could bring me peace. It wouldn't matter. I could shove peace and calming all over my body, all right? But it wouldn't give me the peace, okay? So I say that because it's very important for me to communicate to you that these are things, oils are tools that I added to my faith, okay? They're tools that help me be a better mom, a better prayer warrior, a better wife, a better friend, you name it. It just helps me be a better me, okay? They're tools that help me be better. So think of it this way, okay? Could I build a house with my bare hands? Sure, if I had to. If I was on Survivor, I would be like, give me that tree, yeah, right? And I could build a shelter with my bare hands if I had to. But I don't have to. I have tools, like in the closet, all right? Could I do the mom thing without the tool of essential oils? Sure, if I had to. And I did for not that long actually. But sure, many people do, right? You totally can. But I don't have to. I have tools. So I'm going to use them, and I would encourage you to use them too, okay? So what tools do I use for anxiety or for anxious thoughts, for that emotion of anxiousness? Careful compliance. All right, stress away. For obvious reasons, okay? Totally obvious reasons, all right? So this is one that, is it possible to have patience with my child? It is, and I know that it is. It's just really hard sometimes. So stress away is one that helps me with that. Why can't I find my thingies? Oh, because I'm in there and not there. Well, no wonder. I'm in the wrong file thingy. I'm like, they're all functified. So stress away. Oh, stress away. It is probably my favorite from, like, I don't know, I say that, but if you took some oils away, I would probably hurt you a little bit. But stress away, I would go down for, like, I would go to the mat for my stress away, all right? So it's this really sweet, because it's got vanilla in it, it's this sweet, relaxing blend of scents, and it really eases the mind and the body, okay? Because it's got some other things in there that we'll talk about in a little bit. It's really excellent for reducing tension, and it boosts your mood, like it helps elevate your mood and balances these unsettled emotions that you might have. Really fragrant, wonderful, wonderful oil. All right, cedarwood, which is actually in Stress Away, is another wonderful one for anxious thoughts, okay? It's really deeply relaxing, grounding. So cedar is a tree, cedarwood tree, so more grounding, more roots. Really good for the whole person, the body, mind, and spirit. So I talked about sesquiterpenes earlier. This contains 98% of it is sesquiterpenes. That's huge. That's enormous, okay? And so the aroma of it, which not everybody loves, okay? I thought it smelled like cat pee when I first smelled it. Somebody else told me, Bethany, you told me something. It smelled like something. Feet, or a lot of people say it smells like feet. But you put it on your feet and then it's far away and you're fine. But it's very deeply relaxing, okay? It's really wonderfully relaxing, and that's part of why it's in Stress Away. So cedarwood can work in the limbic region, again, to oxygenate the brain, and it can restore cells to health. It's what sesquiterpenes do. Again, it's a key component in Stress Away and is really helpful for confronting and releasing painful or negative memories, okay? Joy, oh joy, I love joy for anxious feelings, okay? It's really uplifting to the mood, and it's really calming. So it lifts you up. You're like, yes, joy. But it, like all of the things that were in my mind, it really helps calm that nervous tension, okay? Really helps with balance, harmony, okay? So it helps bring everything back into level when you're going up and down and all, like the people on the bus, okay? Can also assist with overcoming grief and postpartum issues. Really good for that. Super good for that, all right? Trust me. And that one has bergamot in it. Love joy. And peace and calming is the other one that is phenomenal for the emotion of anxiousness. It's really a unique blend. Sorry, you guys, the storm is messing you up. I'll have this elsewhere that you can rewatch it, and it'll be back up. So peace and calming is really phenomenally relaxing, okay? Really calming for frenzied emotions. Great for stress and nervous tension. Encourages deep relaxation for the mind and the emotions, all right? Really great restful sleep, okay? Those are my anxiety tools, all right? I'm like, somebody give me stress away. All right, the last emotion we're going to talk about is fatigue. Oh, this is also where I air my dirty laundry, so if you're like, when is she going to shut up? You're going to want to hang on for this. All right, so fatigue. This is a big one for me, all right? So I'm so tired. I can't do this, all right? It's too hard. How many times have you said, like, I'm going to lose it? All right, I'm gonna have a breakdown. That was me earlier, all right? Can't take it anymore. And my go-to is like, I want to get out of here. My flight response kicks in, and you're like, peace out, kid. Bye-bye. It's terrible. All right, so let's talk about the definition of fatigue. All right, that which causes weariness. Does it make you tired just reading it? To tire, to break down, to tire out, or driving to the point of breakdown. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I have 4 top oils for exhaustion. All right. Pan away. All right. Bear with me, because you're like, no. All you people that are already use oils are like, no, she's nuts. Pan away is for muscles, and like when you exert yourself too much, and then you like put it on your muscles because your feet might hurt or something like that. Yes, exactly. What happens when you tire yourself out physically? There's an emotional exhaustion to it too, all right? They're paired, all right? But it's not just necessarily when you've tired yourself out physically. There is a emotional component to every single oil, and the one for Panaway is exhaustion, all right? So I said earlier, or a second ago, that my go-to response is like, see ya, peace out, done, all right? So the fight, flight, freeze, all right, mine is flight, get me out of here, I am done, all right? And we all have like a default setting that we go to, all right? My son's is fight. Oh, is it fight? I'm flight, he's fight. It's really fun. My husband's is freeze. Can you tell it's super fun at our house? Because my husband's like, and I'm like, see ya. And my kid's like, right? All right, so just yesterday and today and lots of days, my son and I were locked in this epic battle, all right? Because his fight response, and I had to engage it calmly with consistency, even though my own amygdala was telling me to peace out of there, right? It was so hard. Oh my God, it was so hard. You guys, I'll laugh about it now because I've AFT'd myself. But at the end of it, I was more exhausted than I could even explain to you. It was a physical and emotional battle that completely drained my strength. I was done, all right? So fatigue doesn't even begin to like scratch the surface of it. I was at that I am going to have a breakdown spot, and I did have a tiny breakdown. Can I tell you what I did? All right, I prayed, because Jesus is the rock, right? He's my strong tower. I asked God for wisdom and for strength to endure and to fight the good fight for my son, for his heart and his trust. Again, he's adopted, and we were having some attachment struggles, okay? And then I took Panaway, which I keep with me. I took Panaway and put it, this one is well loved, as you can see, put a drop in my hand, all right? And I smelled it, breathed in the aroma. So this is how you use oils for emotion anyway. You put a drop in your hand, rub your hands together. That is how you use oils for emotion. You know, it's not any more complicated than that. You can use a diffuser if you want, and that's very effective, but direct inhalation is my jam. All right. So when I did that with Panaway, I put a drop on and smelled it, there was a nearly instantaneous lift of my spirits and just this energizing in my core. All right. There were parts of, so it was a physical battle. You might be able to see like there's scratches and stuff on my face. I covered it with my savvy though. But there were parts of my body that were literally stinging still because there were scrapes and cuts and things from the physical battle of it. All right. And so those parts were soothed, just breathing it in. I did not apply it topically. I got like this, all right? And the sting actually left. It was fascinating to me. It was this exhaustion that made me want to fall into a puddle on the floor, all right? But instead, as I was breathing in, it became this resolve and this inner vigor to press on and to keep going through hard days. And I got a lot of new insight as to how to approach the situation the next time, which was today. We had a better day. It was still not great, but it was better. All right. And I got strength from the Lord to keep up the good fight. All right. all from just smelling an oil. Y'all, I'm not kidding. It sounds like voodoo magic, but it's not. It's science. It was fascinating. All right. So the other copaiba is the next one I want to talk about. Copaiba is another component in stress away, but it's a great one for exhaustion as well. So it has naturally occurring levels of beta-caryophyllene, another sesquiterpene, right? Calming for emotions, has 55% of beta-caryophyllene. And if you look that up, there's some other things that have beta-caryophyllene in them too. Some illegal substances that have that, less of a degree than copaiba. It's fascinating. So copaiba gives you really deep chill and deep relaxation, man, like total relaxation for the mind and body when you inhale. Very fitting. I'm gonna get the giggles now. Anyway, it's specifically useful for combating the emotion of dissatisfaction. All right, and the aroma of this oil can help bring contentment when you use it with intentionality. Again, breathing in, and again, it's in stress away. There's two faves. All right, release is a huge one for fatigue. All right, so it's going to encourage this ability to let go of anger and frustration and trauma. It's a really powerful emotional blend, and it really promotes this release of negative emotion and harmony and balance within the body, mind, and spirit. It's particularly helpful for releasing anger. Very, very helpful for that. So fatigue, it's helpful for releasing all of it, the frustration, the anger, the exhaustion, and just releasing it from your body. And the last one we're going to talk about is trauma life. Trauma life, you guys. It's calming and grounding for the body, mind, and spirit. And it's uniquely suited to calm the fight, flight, freeze response in the limbic region of the brain. This allows for intentional processing, release, and integration of negative traumatic memories. That is the most compliant thing that I can say. It is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal oil. For me as a parent, it is hard to parent when you are broken yourself. And we're all a little broken, you know. So it's hard. We've been through things, all right? And it's how often do I parent out of my own emotional library, my own emotional memories that are not helping the situation, right? So I'm parenting based on how I was parented, which may or may not be a good thing. You may have had fabulous parents, and I had great parents too. But what I mean is your emotional library is running when you parent, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. So trauma life, for people that need it, it really does calm that fight, flight, freeze response. We use this one every day in our house, and allows for intentional processing, release, and integration of negative or traumatic memories. When you are exhausted, this is the one. Yes, Kimberly. Oh yes, you need you some trauma life, girl. All right, so I told you my story. I told you this is not voodoo magic. This is science. It really is. We know that the essential oil molecules are uniquely capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier and impacting the limbic system, which is the seat of our emotions, the amygdala, which is that fight, flight, freeze response. It's in charge of answering, are we in danger? All right. So when you're high anxiety, your fight, flight, freeze is like, blah, 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 right? Are we in danger? Yes, everyone is in danger, right? So the hippocampus, which is right next door, is our emotional memory. It's the seat of our emotional memory. It's in charge of answering, have we been here before? Can morning. Have we been here before? I think we have. So both of these areas are right there by the nasal passages. They goes, okay, right by them. Just like, shoom. So scent is the only one of our 5 senses that touches our emotional brain before it reaches our logical brain. That's why we can smell a familiar scent and be instantly transported to like your grandma's kitchen or the stinky gym socks or something like that, right? And why we can smell an essential oil and that it's able to uniquely change the tune of our emotional memories. We can put it back in harmony when we use this tool with intention. It is really so cool. You can use it just any day, like literally any day. And there are huge shifts that can happen. There's also a technique called the aroma freedom technique that uses focusing exercises and essential oils to help you break through the barriers that are keeping you from doing what you really want to be doing, the negativity that's keeping you from what you desire, right? It's a powerful tool. It's outside the scope of this class, but if you're interested in hearing more, just comment, just write AFT, Aroma Freedom Technique, AFT on the comments of this video, and I can invite you to my next AFT class in October. So, many of you lovely lovelies are already a part of the Young Living family, and I hope that you got some really valuable information out of this class. My heart is to educate Team Young Living and help you experience the freedom that I know it is possible to experience, okay? But for those of you that have not yet experienced the sheer awesomeness that is in these little bottles, now is the time, all right? And if all these hearts don't tell you, I'm telling you what. So there's 2 ways to get started. There's wholesale and there's retail. And of course you can choose whatever you like. I have to tell you, retail is not your best bet. Retail is for silly people. Wholesale members have 0 requirements. There's no annual fee. There's no mandate to be on a weird auto ship program. You can be on an awesome monthly program if you want to, but it's not. There are very few requirements. There's literally 1 requirement to it. Anyway, and you get a heck of a deal on what Young Living calls the Premium Starter Kit, okay? It's packed with 11 of the most popular single and blended essential oils. Plus, you get buku resources from yours truly and from our team that get you started right. And I'm not kidding when I say there is not an oil in the Premium Starter Kit that I don't use regularly. Usually they're right here in this container, okay? Plus, several of the oils that I talked about tonight actually come in that Premium Starter Kit. Frankincense, Pan Away, Cobaiba, Stress Away, all in that Premium Starter Kit. And, wait, there's more. Thanks, Julie. There's a very special deal that I've got going on for the next 24 hours only. Now, if you were invited to this class by someone else and you're not yet a Young Living member, please get back to the person who invited you, okay? Or sent you this video recording wherever it ends up, right? Get back with that person. There's no poaching happening here, okay? But if you were personally invited by me or by a member of my organization, then this deal is for you. All right, so I'm going to share this deal with you in the class because it's top secret, super top secret, but it's pretty sweet deal on the kit. And there's some fantastic September rewards that you will get when you do certain things. So, awesomeness. Love you guys. I hope you got a lot out of this class and out of this information. I had a blast putting it all together and sharing with you. So, hang around for a few more minutes, especially if you have not experienced the awesomeness that is Young Living yet, and we will help you out. All right. Love y'all. Thanks for being here. Any questions, just type them in the comments here. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.